everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager with the Phoenix Knights Racing Team. I've just come back from football and I was deciding what to play. Motorsport Manager, Pillars of Eternity. It had to be Motorsport Manager. The season is coming to a conclusion. We're getting to the nitty-gritty. It's getting exciting. I want to see who's going to win it. So I decided that I'm in the mood for some more Motorsport Manager. So here we are, right before the race day here at Munich, where there could be some variable weather, which may or may not play into our favour. We are hoping that it does play into our favour. Before we go into the race, I have stopped it a day before because we have a political vote. I did say I'd stop the recording, or start the recording rather, whenever we stumbled across something important. And this is important enough. Before we even dive into that, in the last race, it happened again, but this time I didn't realise it. I turned down Valdez's engine because it was down on 19%. At the time I turned it down, I think we were like about 4 seconds behind Vidal, who was ahead of us. And then switched to Sundin, started messing around with observing Sundin's car, and didn't realise that we were gaining on Vidal at quite a rate of knots. We ended up finishing 0.4 seconds, I think, behind him. It looked like what happened in Canada happened in Phoenix, and that is he ran out of fuel right at the back end of the race. If we'd have had the engine mode turned up to high and kept it on high, Valdez would probably have won. A couple of people pointed that out. Thanks for that. It made me feel a hell of a lot worse. Anyway, hopefully we can make amends today. Right then, so there's no meet the team, nothing to do other than dive straight into the political vote and then get straight into the race weekend and hope that we can pick up some good points. The vote is about qualifying. Do we want qualifying next season, or do we want random grids? It won't benefit us apparently, and our car is getting stronger and stronger, and if we do stay in this championship next season, I think qualifying will be a benefit to us. So I am strongly against random grids, and I'm going to vote for it with 3 voting powers. Because I can. Or Potter stamping his authority. It better win. Okay. Maybe didn't have to use 3, but we wanted to make sure that we increase the opportunity of having this not happen. So we will maintain qualifying for next season. Good stuff. How many votes do we have? Did it tell us how many votes we've got? So we rejected 15 dry tyre choices, we approved the last place bonus payments, and we rejected the removal of Vancouver. And that is all the voting for the season completed. Right then, so in terms of the car, nothing really to update you with. We've been continually improving the performance to the point where we have almost finished now. Another few days and we'll have done everything, and then we can focus our performance of the best parts that we possibly can. We've got a couple of parts. We've got a part here that we can improve the performance of. So these two, and these two. So that'll have to be improved as well. As will that. Just for next season, if we want to carry the performance over. Okay, right then. Sorry about that, starting to ramble. My brain is going to mush. Our car, it's just gone down slightly. Our car was up to 6th position in the standings, but it's now gone down to 7th. Literally, as that one day passed. That's the kind of narrow margins we're dealing with here. Right, I have a feeling, well, qualifying is supposed to be dry, so it's not going to really be great for us, but the race could be. Let's dive in. See you in qualifying. Alright, Practice is done, and what I saw was quite frightening, really. It was a wet dry affair. Not many people managed to get a dry time, so the times really aren't too important. But what is important is the gap between Sundin and Valdez, because they both got their setups pretty quickly, did a few laps on the intermediate tyre, and then at the back end of the session when it started to dry, I gave them exactly the same fuel load, the track was dry, gave them the same tyre, and just let them drive around. And I was watching for traffic and stuff, and Sundin was almost a second faster than Valdez. I think Sundin means business this weekend. I think she does. I had done no changes to the cars, no changes to the parts. These are exactly the same parts as I used in the last race. But don't forget, she's recovered from her injured neck. I think she's back with a bang, ready to wrap up this title. That's what I think. It was raining in practice, as I just said, and even though it was predicted to be sunny in the race, it appears to be raining in qualifying. It appears to be raining. And the track starts off. I think we need to go out pretty quickly and get the track while it is as dry as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a bonus to the intermediate tyres because it's racing. I can't even speak. I don't know what I'm saying. Just ignore exactly what I'm saying. Completely and utterly ignore it. I must have a bit of brain fade. Right, Sundin sets up. She's set up at 94%. I usually go for 95 or above, but 94 was what I ended up with Sundin. Going out as quickly as possible on intermediate tyres whilst the track is as dry as it might be. It might get dry later, but just for the time being, because we can't see past there, we might as well take advantage of the track at its driest. So go out as quickly as possible. Intermediate tyres for Valdez. Valdez set up 99. Excellent across the board. He is really looking to squeeze the juice out of the car. But despite that, Sundin is still looking mighty dangerous. Right, no dawdling, no messing. We're going straight out on the intermediate tyre as quickly as possible, because we need to set a time ASAP, just in case it gets wetter later. I think it'll get drier, personally, but just in case. Oops. I like to think that we've got a slight advantage on this track because we've raced on this track numerous times in the European Racing Series. I know it probably won't work like that in the game, but you know, mentally, that's what I like to think. Bit of role play. We should be better, right? We should. People going out on dry tyres here. That is obviously a mistake. The track will dry towards the back end, I think, and I really don't think that people will set a dry time. Or they may, or not as many. I don't think everybody will set a dry time. That's my personal opinion. I really don't think everybody will set a dry time at the back end of the session. So I think we can really, really excel today. I did have a feeling before this race weekend started that this could be the race weekend for us, where we firmly stamp our authority on the championship. Right. The formation laps have gone fairly well. Sundin she's got cars ahead of her. So has Valdez. Disappointing. If they get in our way, which they looks like they may do. Looks like they may do. But for the time being, the track is at its let's say driest. It's well, yeah, technically speaking, it's at its driest when we're on our hot lap, so we should have the best track conditions, although Sundin is already 2 tenths down on Fox's time, which is not good. And look at this, it's just like absolute traffic chaos here. Absolute traffic chaos. 5 tenths down on Fox's time. God help well Valdez is going to finish up. He is way down. We've just been absolutely stuck in a mire of cars. Just a banker. Valdez 7 tenths down on Sundin's time. I did say that she's looking like she means business today. She has really put the squeeze on Valdez in the practice session. 9 tenths faster. In qualifying, she's looking to finish roughly half a second or more quicker in qualifying. She wants to stamp her authority. Okay, so the track is going to dry towards the back end of the session. So we'll just wait nice and patiently for there to be about 2 minutes left, and then we'll go out on the dry tyres. Hopefully find a gap. A lot of people going out on dries now, but it's not quite dry tyre weather. Thinking about it, I think everybody may get a dry time. I think they may do. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All we need to concern ourselves with is what we need to do, and that is we need to find a gap. That is exactly what we need to do. But we also need to go out when the track is going to be bone dry. We don't want to go out too early. That track has to be bone dry. Everybody coming around for coming out in their in laps here. A few people in the pits. A few people going out now on dry tyres. The track is beginning to dry. Look at this. Some people are going back out on inters. That is really not what you need to do. Some people, a lot of people are going out on inters. Why are they putting dry tyres on? I mean, not that I'm complaining. Not that I'm complaining at all. If they want to go out on intermediate tyres, that is completely and utterly their downfall. Right, I'm going to take Valdez out first, stick him on softs, because the track is dry. It's a little tiny bit damp in patches, but that's it. It's certainly dry tyre weather here. Oh, you got it. We've got a couple of Merinos going out on dries. Valdez is out. We've got a handful of people going out on the dries. Sabado's going out on dries. So, but not everybody. Navarro is on inters. He's not going to set a good time. Vidal is on dries, unfortunately. Fiori's on inters. So a lot of people perhaps gambling that it might rain at the back end of the session. Maybe they don't have the forecasting centre to help them. Who knows? But some strange strategies. But some of our rivals are going out on dries. So this isn't to coin a pun here, this isn't cut and dried. It's not guaranteed that we're going to get pole position, but we should get top 6. In fact, we should really get top 3 with Sundin. And look at that, Valdez perfect across the board. All we have to hope is that nobody goes out in front of us, and there's a whole host of cars, and Valdez is just missing them. He's got clear track, he's got a perfect installation lap, he's on the perfect tyre for the situation. This has got to be it. This has got to be it. The hammer comes down, the gong is struck. Valdez is slightly up on pole position time. Where's Sundin? She's 2/10 up. She's going even faster. Where is she? She's got a clear track. Valdez coming up to the second sector now. Let's have a look at the time. He's 3/10 up on the current pole time. Of course, the current pole... Whoa, 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 whoa. Vidal has just set a monster time here. Vidal has just set an absolute monster time. Hold your horses, folks. What in the hellfire and brimstone has happened here? Would somebody care to explain to me how this man has gone 2.3 seconds faster than Sundin? How on earth has that man gone so fast around this track? 0.7 seconds faster than his nearest rival, 1.8 seconds faster than Sundin, 2.3 seconds faster than Valdez. That's insane. That is unreal. I mean, thank the hellfire, thank the gods that Fiori's down in 16th, going on the wrong tyre. But I mean, overall, we got our sponsorship bonus. Sundin's in 3rd, Valdez is in 5th. It's a good qualifying session, but that is frightening. How fast that time is. Absolutely frightening. Okay, let's see what's going to happen in the race then. Is it going to rain? That might be the only way. That might be the only way we're going to beat Vidal here. Mr. Sassoon has come alive, and it's looking like it might cool off a little bit in the second half of the race, but it is looking dry. This is not good. This is not good. Right. This is fairly interesting because the harder compound tyre, sort the strategy out before we do anything else. The harder compound tyres, they can do 11 to 13 laps, and if it starts to rain round about lap 10, which it could do because the temperatures are dropping, if it starts to rain around about lap 10, we want to be on the medium tyre, because that will allow us to stretch our initial stint to around about 11 laps, and then we can come straight in for inters. If we go soft and have to pit, say, lap 9 or lap 8, and then it rains around about lap 10, that's going to really, really screw us over. It is a one-stop strategy, this race. So to be safe, doing a medium stint and then a soft stint, even if it remains dry, would see us to the end anyway. So I think it's best off to start on the medium tyre just in case it rains. And I've got a feeling it will. So we're going to go with Sundin very conservative and go for 11 laps, which takes us right to the area that we can't see, right to the edge of the tyre's lifespan. So we can't really rag the wheels off the car. We've got to conserve the tyres a little bit as well, which may play into our favour later in the race. Okay. So medium tyres, 11 laps of fuel. For Valdez, he's going to have to go to lap 10. So he'll go to lap 10. Sundin will go to lap 11. Same tyre choice. In terms of the knowledge then, we don't even know if we're going to use soft tyres or intermediate tyres. It depends on the weather. If it goes wet, we're going to use these. If it goes dry, we're going to use that. So seeing as we're using the medium tyres, we'll use that with Sundin so she can push them a little bit. With Valdez, we'll chance it being a dry race and go for a 10% bonus to the soft tyres if we put them on in our second stint. Right, this is going to be interesting, is this race? Please rain. I mean, if it rains at lap 10, it'll be perfect for us. Bang on lap 10. If it rains bang on lap 10, it's perfect. Any later than that, screws us over. Right then, let's do this. So Vidal with his absolutely superlative lap. Is that even a word? It is a word. I don't know if it's the right context though. I told you, I don't know what's happened to me today. Vidal with an absolutely supreme lap. Yeah, out of the, Hamilton-esque, I have to say, even Senna-esque even. It's just, I don't know how he's done it. I really don't. Sabato with a very good lap, but was not even touching the coattails of Vidal. Sundin in third. Marino with the ever developing Esprit car in fourth. Valdez in fifth. We've got Strambi Ozu getting in sixth, which would be good for us. He'll hopefully back a few cars up. Molly Fox down in 8th. Zhuang and Garuda up in 7th also. Another slow car to hold the proceedings up. So yeah, Navarro down in 10th. So the only rival we've got to worry about is Vidal, really. And Sabato. Yeah. Okay. Lights are on. And off we go, and Sundin's got off to a flyer. Sundin has got off to a flyer. Can she get past Vidal though? As Valdez absolutely cruises on past Sabato. And look at this, Garuda. Zhuang up into third position. The cheek of it. As Sundin is, she's battling with Vidal. She's battling on the slower tyre with Vidal, but Vidal gets back ahead. Never mind, Sundin, just calm down. It is starting to rain lap 10. Perfect. It's starting to rain lap 10. This is absolutely perfect. Valdez, just cool it off. You need to make sure that your tyres last until the rain comes. We're going to turn him down to conserve, I think, very shortly. Get a bit of heat into these tyres. Right, Sundin, she's off and flying, she's off and racing, she's off and running. She's trying to keep up with Vidal. Vidal, we know from past races, is very kind on his tyres. He's very kind on his tyres, so these soft tyres will probably last until the rain comes. Right, we have to drive these tyres hard because they're a harder compound and it's not very hot. So to keep the heat in them, we have to push them, but that wastes tyre life. It's going to be very difficult to make these tyres last. But we are going to push the engine as hard as possible at all times as we begin to build a slight gap to Navarro. This could be a 3-horse race as Marino crashes out. After such a good qualifying, he's out of the race. Disappointment for Esprit Racing. But the front three, Vidal, Sundin and Valdez, are beginning to That's right, folks. If you understand that, you're doing a better job than me. Okay, just turning things down slightly. The tyres are cold. Keeping heat into these damn things is difficult. We have to make them last until the rain comes. And the rain is coming. Trust me, folks, the rain is coming. It might come lap 9, actually. It might be on lap 9 would be better. Preferably lap 9, if you wouldn't mind. Navarro's beginning to catch up to the back of Valdez now. Come on. Come on. The tyres are cooling off. Just going to push them a little bit with Sundin, because she has, of course, the trait which means they wear a little bit more slowly, so she can push them on occasion just to keep the heat in them. It's going to be very difficult. I'm hoping that everybody else down here on the softer tyre, that they pit round about lap 8, which will be far too soon for intermediate tyres, and that we'll get the benefit of having an extra lap on the dries and extend our gap. Vidal's tyres, what are they saying? They're saying 66%. They are wearing a little bit faster than ours, but look at that. I mean, they're wearing not much slower than Valdez, who's on the harder compound. That's how good this car is, and how smooth this driver must be on his tyres. As Valdez is coming under much more extreme pressure from the rear, as Navarro and Sabado close on to the back of him. But it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all, because we know what's happening with the weather, and we shall allow that to play completely into our hands. So just have some patience, Valdez. We know that you like to put your foot down and overtake cars, but this is a time where you now have to do a Sundin and just remain calm. Let them swoop, let them go past you, let them overtake you. It's not an issue. They've got the softer tyre. They may come in too early into the pits. Just don't be tempted. Don't be tempted. As we now need to conserve a bit of fuel with both cars, because we've been pushing the engine quite hard and we're now below the target for the fuel levels. Right, so Valdez has slipped back to 5th as his tyres begin to wear, but Sundin's are looking good. Sundin's are looking good at 62%. That's fine. That is perfectly okay. As she goes round, she's just going to try and get a bit more heat into them if she can. Valdez can't really afford to now. He's 54%. He has to do 4 more laps. Possibly 3. Just play it safe. Just play it safe. That's okay. Right, Sundin. Her pace is looking good. these tyres. And somebody's already pitting, but he's way back in the field. We're not bothered about him. He's not going to be in the running for the race. It's really Vidal, Sabado and Navarro that we should be concerning ourselves with. Maybe even Molly Fox, because she's gone on the medium tyres to start the race, so she will be coming in later. So she is in prime position also to benefit from the rain. I'm telling you, Vidal in this final third of the season has really taken the bull by the horns, and he is on a charge. He's looking for 3 race victories in a row over our dead bodies. Telling you, Sundin has got something to say about this. I knew she was going to have a good race weekend. I could feel it. After the practice session, she was looking strong. %40. When is the rain coming? I think maybe lap 9. I think we might take Valdez in a lap earlier than Sundin. I think we might do. 47. I think she can probably ramp this up now. I think we're going to come in earlier than lap 11, so I think we can actually afford to ramp up the levels for Sundin to make a real big push on Vidal. And she is catching. She is catching. The rain is coming next lap, isn't it? The rain is coming next lap. Right, go, 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 go. I think we're going to have to stack these cars. I think we're going to have to stack them. People are pitting now. It's a lap too early. Now is the perfect time to pit. This lap. This lap is the perfect time to pit. Even for Sundin. It's going to start raining. Yeah, this is the perfect time to pit. And it is going to be intermediate weather. These tyres will only last 10 to 12 laps. They're going to be shot to bits at the end of the race. If we put two, so we need to put there. That should do, shouldn't it? That should do. I'm debating whether to bring them both in at the same time, but the rain is coming now. The track should suddenly get damp. Yeah, I think this has to be it. I think this has to be it. Right, so coming in for the intermediate tyres. He's going to have 10 laps remaining, so if we do that, give him an extra lap so that he can push. This has to be a quick stop for Sundin because Valdez is right behind her. This will have to be a stacking situation, but we have no choice. We have no choice. Sorry, Valdez. Go, 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 go! Ah, it screwed Valdez over slightly, but we had no choice. And she is out, and she is out just ahead of Fiore. And Vidal is on the wrong tyre for half a lap, so that might just play into Sundin's hand. Let's put her on push while we can to see if she can get a bit of an undercut here. She's underfueled, isn't she? She is underfueled massively. Holy cow, have we underfueled her? Oh no, come on Potter, not now. Not now. We've underfueled her. We can't push. We can't flipping push. What have I done? Valdez is even behind Navarro and Sabado, who have both pitted also. Oh, this is absolutely catastrophic here. I don't believe this. We're going to struggle to finish this race. Valdez is up into 6th position. Right, laps, what are we on? 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 8 laps of fuel. We're a lap of fuel short. We are a lap of fuel short at this moment in time. The track is never going to get dry. Oh, God. This is the first, I think this is the first time since I played this game that I've underfueled a car. It's like I purposely shoot myself in the foot every race. She is going to struggle to finish this race with this fuel load. It's normally Vidal that runs out of fuel at the end. Don't believe it. Valdez. I'm a bit concerned about the car's tyres. Because they're only last 10 laps apparently, which is right on the cusp of what we're doing on the second stint, but we should be able to get to the end really. We should be able to. We've got better time than a lot of people behind us, so just keep going as we are and hope for the best. I'm talking about hoping for the best. Sundin is just hoping that her car will be able to save enough fuel in low conservation mode to get her over the damn finish line. She's going to lose her place to Sabado. We may just get there. We need 5 laps of fuel. We've got 4.5. We've saved half a lap of fuel. We may just get there. We may just get there. Another couple of laps of conserve and we might be able to get to the car engine turned up enough to fend off Sabado here. Meanwhile, Valdez has still got the engine mode in push. Car conditions are looking good. Tyre temps are looking kind of ragged, but we can't push too much. We've still got a long way to go, and the tyre life is looking touch and go. He's trying to defend against Molly Fox. Navarro is 8 seconds ahead of him. Not much he can do. Not much he can do. Sundin somehow is still in second place, but she has got Sabado all over the back of her. 4 laps to go. 3.65 laps of fuel. This is going to be so tight. Valdez still fending off Fox. Come on, Sundin, you need to eke out every last drop here. Every last drop. Valdez has lost the position to Fox. He's actually doing really well with his tyre wear, funnily enough. We might just get there. We may get there. We may get there. It's touch and go here. Not only is it touch and go regarding finishing with the right amount of fuel, it's touch and go whether or not we're going to finish ahead of Sabato here, who currently is on neutral, but I imagine he'll turn the engine mode up a little bit closer to the end. I think we can maybe just about afford to push our tyres for a little bit. That might give us some semblance of extra speed. Oh, it's looking bad now. He's crawling all over the back of her. He must have turned his engine mode. No, he's going to conserve the tyres. He's conserving the tyres. Right, we've got just less than 2 laps of fuel. We're going to literally limp over this line. We're going to limp over this line. We are pulling away from Sabato, who has turned his tyres down. Maybe rather wisely, I don't know, because we are looking like we might just struggle towards the back end. How close is Valdez to Fox? Fox has got her tyres on conserve as well. Come on, Valdez. Get back past. Every point counts at this point in the championship. Every point matters. Come on, Valdez. Come on. Forget the warning lights. You're going to make it to the end. There's only 1 lap to go. Come on. Push. Push, 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 push. I think we can probably just about turn our engine up to normal now. He's got past Molly Fox. Yes, we can. We can turn it up to normal. We're going to just have enough fuel to get it up to normal. And then we're going to keep it on normal. Normal here. Valdez is now past Fox. And he's pulling away. He's pulling away. Can we get 2nd and 5th? It wouldn't be a calamity. It wouldn't be a catastrophe. But we could have been challenging for race victory, I feel, if we'd have put the right amount of fuel in with Sundin and allowed her to at least have some opportunity to push. Just put it in low now, just to make sure we're going to make it. Don't want to run out of fuel on the line and have him pass us. The tyres are shot to bits. The tyres are shot to bits. The fuel is running down. But I think we may just make it. We may just make it. We may just make it. We will. Literally on the line. Time to perfection. Sundin gets 2nd. Where's Valdez? Here he comes. Oh. 5th position. It's not the worst result in the world. So Vidal makes it 3 from 3. Somebody has obviously had their Weetabix. Right then, so yes, Mr. Vidal timed it to perfection, you would argue. 10 laps on the soft, 9 on the intermediates, which meant that he had the faster tyre throughout the first stint, and he didn't have to do as many laps on the intermediate tyre, which meant that they were fresher towards the end. One advantage this car has got, whether it's the driver or a combination of the driver and the car, it's the kindness to the tyres. He is really kind on his tyres. So when it's a borderline situation, like whether it's 10 or 11 laps, we had to use the medium tyres for our drivers, whereas it would be a lot better for us to be able to use the softs. So that is one thing, if we do stay this division for next season, that we should really focus on having a real good car in terms of the chassis for tyre wear. Anyway, second for Sundin. She's back on the podium after a 3-race absence. I suppose she's got to be happy with that. Valdez picking up 5th. Fiore down in 9th. Navarro raising himself to 4th. Zabardo in 3rd. So the main championship rivals all picking up some form of points apart from Fiore. Let's see how that shakes the table up, because it's going to be close. Fastest lap for Vidal as well, rubbing extra salt in the wounds. He gained 6 points on Sundin in the championship. Let's take a look at it. Right, it's 16 points. With 2 races to go. One of them has double points. It's definitely game on. Zabardo is on 37, as is Valdez, who has now overtaken, I think, Fiore, or has... No, Zabardo's leapfrogged both us and Fiore slipped down a place. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Fox down on 34, Fiore 35. Maybe it's gonna be optimistic for any of these guys now to win the championship. I think it's between Sundin and Vidal, with only 2 races left. I think it's only between Sundin and Vidal, which is going to make a very interesting situation, because in the constructors we're only 18 points clear. They're continually closing that gap. Brian Potter is going to make an executive decision now. He's not mathematically out of the race, but is realistically out of the race, is Valdez. So what we're going to do for the last 2 races is we're going to put all our eggs into Sundin's basket. And we're going to give her the best parts. And give Valdez, obviously, the worst parts, so that she has the best car possible to finish as high as possible. And whatever Valdez can do to pick up the odd point or 2 here or there, well, let him do it. We actually make a profit for a change, picking up both qualifying and race bonus payments. Let me know what you think. Is it a bit of a risk doing that? Because Valdez might not finish in the points if he's got the worst parts. But I think if we give Sundin the best parts, at least, I think she's got a much better chance of winning the race. And if we pick up a 10-point win, then that will seriously limit the damage that the opponents can do to us in the constructors. Because even if they got 2nd and 3rd, that's only 10 points. So that's what I'm thinking. I think for the last 2 races, give Sundin the best parts. She's earned them. She's the only one realistically that's going to win the title from here. And it would also benefit us in the constructors if she was to get a race victory, especially in the last race with double points. So yeah, as I said, let me know. Is Brian Potter making the right choice? Because I think he's already made it. And until next time, see you soon.